All right, gamers, welcome back for another deep dive into Unruly game nights. And this week's game night was a little different.
Yeah, it really was.
So not only was it Mug Club Tuesday,
Right.
our glorious 20-ounce micro brews and their special chalices,
Yes.
but Trivia Night
Yes.
was also moved to Tuesday this week.
Trivia Cats Trivia Night.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we had sort of a dogs and cats situation going on there.
Yeah, we did a real Clash of the Titans going on,
Yeah,
which was
yeah.
fun to watch.
So, I guess let's just dive right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Our usual crew was there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Our reigning Inner Game Night Ninja Eric was there.
Of course.
But we also had a new challenger in town
Yeah.
who might give Eric a run for his money this time.
Yeah. Jeff is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Oh, really? Okay.
He's been coming around a lot lately, and he is a strategist.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what game were they playing, and how did this Jeff character manage to pull this off?
So the game of choice this week was Machi Koro 2.
Oh.
And I gotta say, Jeff's win wasn't just luck.
Okay.
He was making some very calculated risks, some bold moves. It seemed like he could see a few steps ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Eric even, I think, was a little thrown off. I saw him double-checking the rule book a few times.
Wow, so this is big.
It was-
Has the Inner Game Night Ninja title officially at stake here?
I think it might be. We'll have to see how next week goes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it a close game?
It wasn't a landslide by any means, but Jeff had a clear strategy from the get-go.
Okay.
He was really focused on building up his landmarks early on, which gave him a really solid economic engine.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, our game night vigilante, tried to counter him, but Jeff was just too quick.
Too quick.
Yeah.
Wow, so where does this leave our resident underdog, Dan?
Dan's night took an interesting turn.
Oh, really?
He started off strong in Machi Koro, but then in a move that surprised everyone, he decided to abandon the game altogether.
Wait a minute. Dan just walked away from the game?
He did. He decided to try his luck at Trivia Night.
Are you serious?
I am?
This is unheard of.
It was unprecedented.
Was he losing that badly?
He wasn't doing terribly, but he wasn't exactly dominating either.
So what do you think was going through his mind?
Maybe he saw the writing on the wall with Jeff's impressive gameplay.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just felt the pull of those trivia questions calling his name.
Interesting. So maybe he sensed a disturbance in the force?
Perhaps.
Wow. Okay, so we have a potential changing of the guard at the Machi Koro table, and Dan is making some interesting life choices.
It was quite a night.
But there's another element to this story we have to address.
Oh, yes.
The dice vortex.
The legendary Unruly dice vortex.
So was it the floor's fault again?
Well, there were an awful lot of dice ending up on the floor this week, rolling in all sorts of strange directions.
Mm-hmm.
And some folks were pretty adamant that it wasn't just clumsy rolling.
Oh, no.
Something about the floor itself.
Really?
Yeah, they were pointing to a particular spot near the corner, claiming it had this subtle tilt to it that was messing with the dice rolls.
So they're saying there's a tilt in the floor.
A very slight tilt, imperceptible to the naked eye, but apparently powerful enough to affect the trajectory of a tumbling die.
I'm a little bit of a skeptic when it comes to this whole dice vortex.
Yeah.
But even I have to admit, that's a lot of dice hitting the floor.
Right.
What do you think?
I'm keeping an open mind. There's been talk of bringing in a level to test the floor,
Okay.
which I think would settle the debate.
Yeah.
But until then, I think it's fair to say the Unruly dice vortex remains a mystery.
Well, and that's what makes Unruly Game Nights so great.
It is.
It's not just about the games, it's about the stories.
Yeah.
The legends.
The community.
The unpredictable fun of it all.
Absolutely. It's a community of gamers united by a love of competition camaraderie and, of course, those delicious Unruly brews.
Absolutely.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
So you know what else was unexpected?
What's that?
Dan switching to trivia.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot about Dan.
Yeah.
So did he redeem himself in the world of trivia, or was it a total game night wipeout?
Well, he didn't exactly dominate the trivia scene.
Yeah.
It seems his knowledge of 80s hair metal bands and obscure historical facts wasn't quite enough to secure a victory.
Oh, that's our Dan.
Yeah,
Always a good sport, though.
always.
Maybe he'll have better luck next time.
Yeah, or maybe he should stick to what he knows best, or kind of knows best.
Yeah?
Machi Koro, anyone.
Right.
But you gotta admire his adventurous spirit, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Willing to step outside his comfort zone and try something new.
True, true. Maybe there's a lesson in there for all of us. Never be afraid to mix things up.
Exactly.
Speaking of mixing things up, you mentioned something earlier about a new addition to Unruly Tuesdays.
Ah, yes, Doggone Tuesdays.
Doggone Tuesday.
I know with all the game night drama, it's easy to forget.
Right.
But trust me, This is something special.
Right.
Unruly Kitchen has partnered with Pound Buddies, the local animal shelter,
Okay.
for a Wintley event that's both delicious and heartwarming.
Okay. You have my attention, heartwarming and delicious.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So picture this, a rotating lineup of 10
Can.
uniquely named dog-themed hot dogs.
What?
Each week, customers get to vote with their dollars to decide which dogs stay on the menu and which ones get gone.
So it's like a popularity contest for hot dogs.
Exactly, but with
Okay.
a charitable twist.
Okay, this is brilliant. I'm already brainstorming hot dog names in my head. Give me some examples.
Okay, well, there's the classic, picnic dog with all the traditional fixings.
Okay.
But then you've got more adventurous options like the Chihuahua dog,
Okay.
which is a mini hot dog, perfect for those with maybe smaller appetites,
Yeah,
or those who are intimidated by the bigger dogs on the menu.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming there's a big meech somewhere on that list.
Of course, the Big Meech is a 2-foot-long behemoth loaded with all the toppings you can imagine.
Oh my gosh.
It's a challenge to finish, but those who conquer it earn bragging rights for the rest of the night.
I love that. So not only are people getting to enjoy some delicious, creatively named hot dogs,
Right.
but they're also supporting a great cause.
Exactly. A portion of the proceeds from Doggone Tuesdays goes directly to Pound Buddies to help those adorable pups in need.
Ah.
And they even have representatives from the shelter on site sometimes,
Oh, wow.
with pictures of adoptable dogs
That's awesome.
displayed on the big screen.
So you can enjoy your hot dog, learn about some amazing dogs looking for homes,
Yeah,
and maybe even find your new furry best friend.
exactly.
Oh, I love that they think of everything at Unruly Brewing.
They do.
It's like a community center disguised as a brewery.
It really is.
Games, trivia, delicious food supporting a great cause. What more could you ask for?
And, this whole, mixing things up theme seems to be running through tonight's episode.
Yeah,
We had game night clashing with trivia night, Dan making a bold move to switch teams, and now this creative fusion of hot dogs and animal rescue.
that's true.
It makes you wonder what other unexpected combinations await us in the future of Unruly game nights.
That's a great question, and one that I'm sure we'll be exploring in the weeks to come. But for now, I think it's time to wrap things up with our new tradition, our musical outro. I'm always excited to see what you found for us this week.
Well, remember last week when we introduced you to Glamware, that AI cyber metal band?
How could I forget? Our listeners went wild for them. That digital scream track was epic.
Well, they just released a brand new EP called Turkey Time.
Okay.
And guess what? It's available for free download.
Free? You're kidding. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Our listeners are going to love this.
I know, right?
Which track are we featuring tonight?
We're going with Reboot My Heart.
Okay.
It's got this incredible energy, almost like an anthem for anyone who's ever felt the need to hit the reset button on their life. Perfect for after a night of intense gaming, maybe a little trivia on the side and a few too many Big Meech hot dogs.
I love it. Reboot my heart. All right, listeners, you heard it here first. Go check out Glamware's Turkey Time EP and crank up Reboot My Heart. You won't regret it.
And as we fade out to the sweet sounds of AI cyber metal, let's leave our listeners with a little something to ponder.
Ooh, I love a good post-game analysis. Hit us with those final thoughts.
What do you think, listeners? Did Dan make the right call swapping Machikoro for trivia? Should he stick to his gaming roots or embrace his inner trivia buff?
And maybe even more importantly, is there really a dice vortex at Unruly Brewing? Is it the floor, the lighting, or are those dice just cursed?
We may never know for sure, but one thing's certain, Unruly Game Nights is never short on surprises.
That's the truth. So until next week, dear listeners, keep those dice rolling, those mugs full, and those hearts open to the joy of a good game and maybe a delicious dog-themed hot dog or two. We'll see you back here next week for another deep dive into the world of Unruly Game Nights. Cheers.